Oh, did you want me to comment right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll edit.
I did. I thought it looked like you were reading or something.
No, I'm looking at you. We'll edit it out.
Oh, okay.
We're back. The Acolyte continues to plummet. Things are not going well. And Leslie Headland is giving all female showrunners a bad name. All these years, Kathleen Kennedy wanted a female showrunner, female directors, female people behind the camera, female this, female that. The force is female. And brother, the Acolyte is not speaking well for women. And if I was a woman, I would be pissed at what Star Wars is doing to them.
No, you're 100% right. You put women in charge of a boy branded IP, and the women that did like it aren't even liking what you're doing. So that says a lot about what the women have been doing to Star Wars.
So here is the current score for the Acolyte over on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, it has been 15%. It has dropped as low as 15%. It hit that mark in the middle of the night, and just recently, the past couple hours, it has been bumped back up to 16. Nick, let me say that again. It's been bumped back up to 16%. Okay? This thing is tragic, and it just so happens, ladies and gentlemen, fresh in our merch store, The Power of Many, 15% score on Rotten Tomatoes, no to the Acolyte. You could get that shirt. It's $6 off right now for $16. Support the channel. Thank you guys for that. So all the shills, Nick, have been freaking out, especially the shill media. They're just going off about the review bombs. You can't trust these people. They're just unhappy. No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. How many times have you heard that one, dude?
Man, I hear that argument all the time. The thing is, what they don't get is, and the other argument I hear, if you don't like it, stop watching it.
Oh my gosh, I know.
We are Star Wars fans. We take the time to watch this garbage. We buy merch. We're not buying any of this merch, but we pay money to be a part of this, this franchise, and we have since we were kids. And if we want to sit here and watch it, we're gonna watch it, and it's our right to crap all over it if we think it's trash. You know?
Yeah. How dare you talk about something that I like? If you don't like it, just don't watch it because I like it. That's really what they're saying. How dare you be down on something and you don't like something because it's something that I happen to like? Come on, man. If they didn't like it, it'd be totally fine to trash on it, So, if the Acolyte wasn't a woke piece of garbage, they would hate it. And then, of course, they would be criticizing it. That's exactly what would be happening. You're going to say?
And the other thing is, this is not like just any show or any movie or any IP. If this was, say, what was the new series? Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon, the Zack Snyder thing that came out. Yeah. I tried watching it, didn't like it. Had no interest in watching the second one, so I didn't watch it. I thought it was trash, but I wasn't on here crapping all over it because I just really don't care about it. I care about Star Wars, and Star Wars fans care about Star Wars. This is something that we've grown up with since our childhood. This is a lot different than just any old show.
They don't get that
IP, and so that's why Star Wars fans are the way they are.
Absolutely. Well, looking here at what these shiltacular folks are saying, it's crazy. The 2008 movie Acolytes and Star Wars fan film accidentally review bombed by unhappy people. And this is the shill site, Star Wars News Net. They're always shilling for Disney. The Acolyte has been a subject of a lot of controversy this week. Its latest episode introduced some new lore that potentially contradicts some long-held beliefs among Star Wars fans about the ability to create life with the Force. It likely doesn't contradict anything and will probably be explored or explained in future episodes, but don't let that stop people from getting ahead of themselves. Oh my gosh, freaking idiots. Such has been an uproar that some of the haters have taken to Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb to review bomb The Acolyte, an unfortunate development in modern fandom that doesn't paint a true picture of what the majority of fans actually feel. With the series currently sitting at a 16% audience score, it still has an 84% rating with critics. Bro, they say, Nick, they are literally saying because people don't like it in mass, it's being review bombed. There's no evidence to suggest that this has been manipulated in any way. There's nobody leading the charge. There's nobody saying, hey, everybody go review bomb it. Look at what people are saying. And they never look at it from the other way. After the 3 episodes that I've watched, you cannot justify this show having an 84% critical score. You cannot justify that. It's horrible.
No, you can't. And also the thing is, if you go and look at some of the Shill videos on YouTube saying this show is good or defending it, even their own audience has downvoted those videos more than has liked those videos. Yes. So in don't take my word for it, guys. Go out there, find some of these. It's probably not the case with every single one of them, but go out and find some of these videos of people shilling for the Acolyte and defending this crap nonsense. Yeah. And look at their like to dislike ratio. In many cases that I have seen, their dislike is more than the like. So fans are being very vocal about this. It's not some sort of review bombing, and nobody talks about review bombing. Like when Top Gun Maverick came out, nobody was like, everybody's review bombing it, saying it's good.
Well, they try to paint a picture that we are always review bombing everything Star Wars does. That's not true.
Yeah, because of race, gender, or sexuality.
Yeah. Mando has not been review bombed until, review bombed it in the right thing. It hasn't been overwhelmingly negative until we got Lizzo and Jack Black, pretty much.
Yeah,
and that wasn't a review bombing. That was the episode is crap. And fans are unhappy. That's not a review bomb. Just because it's overwhelmingly negative doesn't mean it's a review bomb. That's their little playbook go-to to make themselves feel better. No, it's crap. It's SHIT from top to bottom. That's why there's an overwhelming majority of negative reviews on everything Disney Star Wars is doing right now, especially with this crap called The Acolyte. Nick, look at this. Right here. However, some overzealous viewers have failed to check what property they're actually reviewing or were instructed to review, he says, before posting, which has led to a lot of haters to accidentally review bomb an entirely unrelated film called Acolytes that was released 16 years ago in 2008, ironically starring Joel Edgerton of Star Wars. Here's the thing about that. Just because they incorrectly went to the wrong thing doesn't mean that you can't take their review seriously. That doesn't mean it's a review bomb. They went to the wrong thing and reviewed it. That doesn't mean you can discredit it, and that's exactly what these folks are doing. See, they're even going to the wrong place. Yeah, they went to the wrong place called The Acolytes. So what? They still think Disney Star Wars The Acolyte is crap.
Yeah. And the thing is, X-Men 97 that had a person of color showrunner who's gay, and talked about Morph being non-binary and all this other woke nonsense garbage. Right. Nobody was review bombing that because none of that was in your face in the show, and the show was actually good.
It was. How about that?
Yeah. And on top of that, go look at House of the Dragon, which is very, very female-oriented show. A lot of female characters in that show. Nobody's review bombing that. So this whole argument of theirs is so out there and just not even accurate at all. It's laughable.
Totally agree. And this next one that we want to look at, guys, it's even funnier. Over at Inverse, this person, Livy Scott. This is the most unhappy person I've ever read. The Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars. You are.
Yeah, it's our fault. It's our fault. We wrote this crap and directed it and acted in it.
Yeah, Lucasfilm's latest series is the franchise's most promising yet, but fans are too blinded by their hate to see it. And look at it. No one hates Star Wars more than those who claim to be Star Wars fans. I'm assuming she's a she. I don't know, and I don't care. She's probably something different every day the sun rises. No one hates Star Wars more than those who claim to be Star Wars fans. Sure, the past few years have given the fandom plenty to critique. The sequels splintered the fan base. Lucasfilm's efforts to expand the galaxy on the small screen have been mixed. And in some cases, criticism is inevitable. Not everyone will find something to like in the franchise's recent output. At a certain point, though, the discourse reaches a fever pitch, and even Lucasfilm's most promising projects get swept up in the drama. The Acolyte isn't the first Star Wars project to save the brunt of the to face the brunt of the backlash, and it likely won't be the last. But the new live-action series is also one of the best additions to the galaxy, far away in a long time, embracing decades of nostalgia while also thinking critically on the fan base's legacy. It might also be the most diverse Disney Star Wars story yet, and while it's definitely a boon for the marginalized fans, it's made the Acolyte the target of a vocal splinter of the fandom.
Oh, geez. How many Game of Thrones fans came out and revolted in the final season? They were fans, and they thought the final season was terrible, and were very unhappy.
And they thought Game of Thrones was the greatest show series of all time.
Yeah.
And then the eighth season dropped, and they were very unhappy. Now, look, I'm actually okay with the eighth season, and Game of Thrones is the greatest series of all time. So,
yeah,
this is me.
That's definitely debatable. I was not a fan of the final
I understand. Look at this comment right here. Whether you know them as the fandom menace or a clusternick of blue checkmark users on Twitter, it's impossible to escape their orbit. The same folks that review bomb diverse swings like Marvel's Eternals and the Lord of the Rings prequel to the Rings of Power have now set their sights on the Acolyte. To hear them tell it the series is the worst thing that's ever happened to Star Wars and its showrunner Leslie Headland is just as fiendish as Lucasfilm's president Kathleen Kennedy. To them, the Acolyte's woke agenda is something to be feared. It's ruining Star Wars. It's poisoning pop culture. It needs to be stopped by any means necessary. And here's the thing about that. He, whatever they are, is right about a great many things, but that's not the majority of the reason why people aren't liking the Acolyte. They aren't liking it because the story's horrible, the writing's horrible, the actors are horrible, the premise is horrible, the plot, everything is awful about it. And then you get to the whole woke part of it, that's awful too. So it's everything from top to bottom, brother.
Yeah, it's everything. I'd probably say the least offensive actor, and it's probably
Lee Jung.
Whatever his name is, who's Jedi Master Soul. He probably gives the best performance out of it, and the attack on these characters is on the characters, the writing, the dialogue, not the actors themselves.
Brother, it's so funny you say that because this article goes on to bring back up the old tired argument. Kelly Marie Tran, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega. Nobody's attacking those people. They're attacking the show.
Yeah, I'm sure all those people are nice people. The vast majority, I'd probably say well over 90%, have no issues with these actors and actresses that are portraying these characters. It's all about the writing, the dialogue, the character, the way the characters were written, the story arcs, all that sort of stuff that people have issue with, and we still have no evidence to this day. I will literally right now, I'm saying this to anybody out there watching this. If you guys can find any actual individual that went after Kelly Marie Tran, I'll give you $1,000. One negative thing that they went after her about. One.
A personal thing.
Like an actual person.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen any to this day.
Never.
Mm-mm.
And look, she probably got some weird DMs. There's some weird people out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? These people shilling for Disney, these people consuming and loving the Acolyte, they're a lot weirder than we are. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
The person that wrote this article right here, yeah, right. Look at this, dude. The origins of this toxicity aren't difficult to figure out. At the end of the day, it boils down to entitlement. Many male fans feel they own the franchise and are determined to safeguard it from anyone that could challenge that ownership. That makes it hard for disparate groups to coexist, and it's even harder for any non-white, non-male creatives hoping to tell stories within the franchise.
Not true at all.
Dude, look. A woman has taken over Star Wars. It happened in 2012, and it's not. I'm sure there are plenty of women capable of doing the job much better than Kathleen Kennedy. But it just so happens that a woman took over the franchise in 2012, and it has been horrible. Is it because of it's a woman? No, it's not because it's a woman. It's because of the woman's choices. That's why.
Because of that woman.
Yeah, that particular woman.
Yeah.
Exactly. But does she have a feminist agenda? Yeah, she's quite open about it.
Yeah,
and if that's your agenda, and you know that Star Wars was made for sons and their fathers, in the words of George Lucas, you're changing what Star Wars is and has been forever. If I had woken up at 8 years old and watched the latest episode of G.I. Joe, and instead of the Joes, it was My Little Pony now fighting against Cobra, I'd have quit watching.
Yeah. Yeah, My Little Pony, Gem, and...
The music's contagious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be like, what is this crap?
Yeah.
You know? And
the moral of the story is don't change what it is.
Yeah, the vast majority of Star Wars fans are male people. You know,
100%.
that is a fact.
Yes.
That is a fact. That's not to say women don't like Star Wars.
We got a lot of friends of ours who are female that love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just like we do.
Yep.
So, anyways, brother, this whole thing has just been crazy. And here's the best part about it. We get to review this crap for 5 more weeks because it's going to get funnier and funnier.
Oh, man, it is going to be such a freaking
And
shit
how
show,
dare
dude.
us review something that we don't like?
We're Star Wars fans, and we started this as a Star Wars channel, even though now we're Acolyte's here, so of course a lot of the coverage is going to be focused on that, but there's a lot of other stuff. Well, I mean, House of the Dragon Season 2 is about to start. We'll be covering that, doing videos on that. Yeah. So, we're branching out and doing other things, and, once that's over,
We're a George Lucas Star Wars fan channel, and we're an anti-Disney Star Wars channel. That's what we are. Until Disney corrects course, and I have zero faith that they ever will. I have zero faith that Star Wars will ever be brought back to anything like it was before. Could they do it? Sure. Yeah, they could, but they won't. They won't. So this is what it is. We didn't set out to be a anti-Disney Star Wars channel. That's because of what they did.
Yeah.
It's real simple.
Yeah.
So... anyways,
going into The Last Jedi, me and Coach were hyped. Oh, we were hyped.
We thought Star Wars was back. They blew it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We're live every Tuesday night during the Acolyte season, and our flagship show on Thursday, and EBN Cast Friday afternoons. We are your Echo Base Network. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.